Hello and good evening. There is a lot of unrest and chaos where there are two states involved in sharing resources. That is a cause of concern and a lot of worry. Welcome to the Late Night News with me Anu Josh Kanjanatopal for NDTV Hindu, and I will take you through what is happening across the state and the country just after the headlines. A lathi charge in Theni. Lawyers boycott courts across Tamil Nadu. Tension builds up ahead of the Supreme Court hearing of the Mullai Periyar standoff between Tamil Nadu and Kerala tomorrow. The Dam 999 director Sohan Roy meets the Tamil Nadu Home Secretary amidst tight security, fails to convince the official on lifting the ban on his controversial film.
About a dam when this court case is going on. I said it is my fundamental right.
In an exclusive to NDTV Hindu, Sohan Roy says a part of his movie's idea emerged after research on Mullai Periyar. DMK MPs observe a one-day fast to condemn Kerala's stand over building a new dam at Mullai Periyar. Karnanidhi says centre should act quickly on impasse before blood spills.
மத்திய அரசு கேரளத்துக்கும் தமிழகத்துக்கும் நடைபெறுகின்ற இந்த பிரச்சனையை ஒரு வேடிக்கையாக கருதாமல் இது எதிர்காலத்திலே மிக மோசமான விளைவுகளை ஏற்படுத்தக்கூடும்.
While unrest prevails over the dam row, prominent Chennaites appeal for calm. An NDTV Hindu campaign. Seven murders in just 10 days haunt Chennaites. What is the status of the investigation? NDTV Hindu finds out. As Rajinikanth turned 62, his fans want this day to be declared as World Style Day.
It was a beautiful moment for him to spend with his grandchildren and children.
The Supreme Court is set to hear the Mullai Periyar Dam issue on Tuesday. A 5-judge constitution bench will hear 3 applications from Tamil Nadu and Kerala. This bench had previously constituted an empowered committee both to examine the safety of the dam and to consider Kerala's request for the construction of a replacement. The issues now before the Apex Court are Tamil Nadu's petition seeking direction to centre for deploying CISF at the dam site. Another petition from Tamil Nadu is seeking to restrain the Kerala government from spreading panic about the safety of the dam. Kerala's petition to reduce the water level from 136 feet to 120 feet for safety reasons. Meanwhile, 2 members of the Supreme Court panel will also visit the dam in this month to examine the safety issues. And in Theni, police lathi charged protesters, mostly labourers, who agitated against Kerala's stand on Mullai Periyar at the state border near Kumli. 50 people were injured yesterday when the police attempted a lathi charge to disperse protesters who gerawed and allegedly threw slippers at Minister Paneer Selvam for trying to persuade them to give up their agitation on the dam issue. The violence broke after a man told 10,000 protesters from the Tamil Nadu side that he had been attacked on the Kerala border. The minister escaped unharmed, but cases have been registered against more than 10 people for indulging in violence. The row over the dam has escalated in recent weeks, with Kerala insisting on a replacement for the 116-year-old structure, citing safety concerns. Opposing their position, Tamil Nadu insists the dam is as good as new. Several lawyers in Tamil Nadu abstained from court proceedings today and staged a demonstration to condemn the Kerala government's stand to build a new dam in place of the existing 116-year-old Mullai Periyar dam. They urged the Kerala government to respect the Supreme Court verdict and give up their alleged anti-Tamil Nadu stand in this issue, which has seen the 2 states at loggerheads. The demonstrators, including women lawyers, wanted Keralites to stop attacks on Tamilians living in that state. The protesters also burned the effigy of Kerala Chief Minister Umman Chandi in connection with this issue. Director of the movie Dam 999, Sohan Roy, met the Principal Secretary, Home of Tamil Nadu, Ramesh Ram Mishra, at Chennai today. When asked why he had taken a movie based on a dam collapse just at the time of the Mullai Periyar issue, Roy failed to convince this official. Earlier, Roy had filed a petition at the Supreme Court challenging the ban, which directed a personal hearing to be held at the office of the Principal Home Secretary. And director Sohan Roy joined us exclusively on The Big Question tonight with Sanjay Pinto and spoke about his meeting and the entire controversy surrounding his movie Dam 999.
First, let's go across on the phone line to Sohan Roy, the chief architect of this particular controversy at least. Mr. Roy, the timing of the release of your film coincides with the Mullai Periyar issue reaching a flashpoint. Is this a well-planned, cheap publicity stunt on your part?
No, absolutely not. Because the movie was supposed to be released 6 months back. But unfortunately, it got delayed because of some technical issues in the post-production. Because it was post-production, some complication on the special effects and the 2D, 3D conversion. So the release got delayed by 6 months. And all of a sudden, unfortunately, this earthquake happened. Because of this earthquake, all these issues came up.
Mr. Roy, you've said that your film has nothing to do with Mullai Periyar, but the title of your film, Dam 999, many believe is a dead giveaway, and it's a clever reference to the 999-year lease relating to the Mullai Periyar Dam.
No, actually, this is not directly linked to Mullai Periyar, but this is about a dam disaster. So, actually, if you look it from the Kerala point of view or Tamil Nadu point of view, they can think that this is Mullai Periyar. Because there are 4,000 similar outdated dams across the world, like Mullai Periyar. Because the spark of this movie I got from Mullai Periyar only. I don't deny it. 4 years back, I read an article about Mullai Periyar. From there only, I started my research. So, but in this movie, we are not telling anything about Mullai Periyar directly. But all what we are saying is a disaster of an old dam.
Mr. Roy, artistic freedom is one thing. But Article 19(1)(a) of the Constitution also has reasonable restrictions. I repeat, reasonable restrictions hemmed in. If your film is going to lead to unrest, if your film is going to create a law and order issue in Tamil Nadu, isn't the government justified in banning it? Because it's the same government that then has to deal with the law and order situation. We've been finding even today there was a lathi charge. Slippers were thrown at a minister just yesterday. What's wrong in at least deferring the release of your film till this tension subsides?
How is it possible? Because before the tensions created not by the public or something, it's created from some political leaders. Actually, the movie was not viewed by anyone. Only the people who saw the movie was the censor board. They did not find anything wrong with the movie. They give us a clean sheet. But all of a sudden, some political people, they came up with some issues. And they all created a problem. The movie has, because if movie is making some problem, it should happen in Kerala, not in Tamil Nadu. Because Mullai Periyar is in Kerala. If it breaks, the people who are going to suffer is from Kerala. Why should we create some problem in Tamil Nadu?
Mr. Sohan Roy, what is your personal take on this dam dispute?
So actually, personally, if you ask me, I'll tell you, Tamil Nadu is badly looking for water, and it is the moral responsibility of the Keralites to give them sufficient water. Because Kerala, we have plenty of water, plenty of rivers. We are wasting our water. It's just flowing to the Arabian Sea. But in Tamil Nadu, they are really starving for water. So it is the moral responsibility of the entire Keralites to give the water. But at the same time, it is the moral responsibility of Tamil Nadu to make sure the lives of Keralites are protected by building a dam across the rivers for water.
All right, Mr. Roy, I don't mean to cross-examine you, but just to ask you now as an extension of that earlier answer, how much of your personal opinion is reflected in the movie?
And actually, I'm making an international movie. My job is not to educate the Keralites of Tamil Nadu only. The movie is made for 200 countries across the world. And so naturally, I cannot just make a movie just for Tamil Nadu, this Mullai Periyar issue. So this particular movie is telling a story about all outdated dams across the world. So naturally, if you look at from any country's perspective, it is one of the dams existing in that particular country.
Mr. Roy, what is more important to you? This is a question that many in Tamil Nadu are seeking answers to. Publicity for your film, box office collection for your film, or peace and safety of people in Tamil Nadu and Kerala as well?
No, actually, see, personally speaking, I am the biggest loser in this issue because our main market was Tamil Nadu market is almost 3 times bigger than Kerala market. I have already lost to Tamil Nadu because the movie already got released. And Kerala, okay, Kerala there was we got more than expected collection, but Tamil Nadu market is completely gone. And because of the media hype, everyone thinks that this movie is from beginning to end it is a damn disaster movie. But unfortunately, I'm telling you, this is a love story. Only at the climax we are showing a damn disaster. So the people who came to the theater with different expectation and they get accepted when they
No, but Mr. Roy, you're twisting and turning too many times. On the one hand, now you're saying that first you say that the spark came from the Mullai Periyar issue. Now you're saying only the final scene, it's a love story. But then the title of your film, sir, that is the mischief lies in the title, I must say. The devil lies in the title, Damn 999.
No, damn 999 means that is the main problem happened. Everyone thinks that this 999 stands for the Mullai Periyar contract. That is absolute nonsense because in the movie very clearly we are saying that this disaster happens on 2009 September 9. That is the date of disaster of the dam in the movie. And unfortunately somebody misunderstood it as the contract.
Is there anything Rajni can't do? Let's find out on the other side of the break.